Shalom, Israel. Peace and blessings. Um, First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Hamashiach Yahushua, Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahushua, Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahushua, Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahushua. All praise due to the Father and His beloved Son. Peace and blessings, Yasharala. Uh, how y'all doing out there, family? Pray y'all had a blessed day so far. Uh, and just meditating on the kingdom and what's to come. No matter what you go through in these times, it's always a reason, so, just continue to give praises to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai for everything, good and bad. But today, family, this message is for the Aquas, Ox, you can listen in too. Y'all, yeah, the ones that are in the uh, front line and hard line, y'all probably already. Well, I know for sure y'all already heard this. You know, uh, Teachings on the book. Um, but I believe it's edifying, and you know, I think it could edify, our aquas, and if they haven't already read it, preaching is repetitive, so it goes through the same stuff. Gets you stuck in your head. I know it works for me, for sure. Um, but we're gonna get into that reading today, and it's got a whole bunch of edifying, juicy meat in it. So we'll go ahead and get into that today. Aquas, uh, you know, uh, take a seat and get a good earful of this. um, you know, it's definitely opened my understanding a little bit more, and definitely edified me. So I pray it edifies you too as well. Um, it's a good reading. But without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get into it. We're gonna go to the Apocrypha, and if you haven't got the Apocrypha, you need to get it. I know, the veterans here they got the Apocrypha. I know, but if it's anybody that's coming in that's new, please get the Apocrypha. It's one of the lost books, so it's got a whole bunch of books in there that, it's very edifying. So, please get that. But today we're going to go to the Apocrypha, and we're going to go to the book of Susanna. And before I get into the book of Susanna, I want to get into who she was, and what she did, and how she carried herself. And Susanna was a righteous woman. She was. Um, she was a righteous woman, and she wanted to carry out the will of the Most High. She didn't. She didn't do any type of wicked sorceries or anything that went against the Most High's will. She was a righteous woman, and she came upon temptation, man, and it was face to face with her, and it was these two elders that they liked Susanna. They liked the way she looked and all that type of stuff. And long story short, they they wanted her, they wanted to get with her, lay with her, and stuff like that. But Susanna wasn't going, you know. Susanna was so righteous, she'd rather, die by the hands of them men or whatever they was going to do, and then dishonor and disgrace Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. And that's how you women got to be, you know. As a woman of the Lord, you always got to put the Most High first, and no matter who you dealing with. And I'm gonna get into a lot of stuff today that's gonna cut deep. Um, you know, you gotta use your spiritual discernment too. You can't just take heed to everyone that says Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, every man that says it. You have to judge him accordingly, and whether he's of the power or not, like the scripture says. It says try every man by whether he's of the power or not. So you always got to do that. But Susanna, she did that, and she caught that bullshit a mile away. And we're gonna get into this story, man. It's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of bumps and ups and downs. We're gonna go ahead and get into it. We're gonna go to the book of Susanna, book of Susanna 1, and we're gonna start in verse 1. And we're gonna stay in this whole book. I just want this to soak in. If it takes 2 videos, it takes 2 videos. It's not too long, but if it takes another video, it takes another video. We're going to get this nice and slow. But verse 1, it says, there dwelt a man in Babylon called Joseph, and he took a wife whose name was Susanna, the daughter of Chelseas, and were very fair woman, and one that feared the Lord. That's key number 1. You got to fear the power. See, these 2/3 don't fear the power. That's why they do what they do. They think he ain't real. They think he ain't going to do this. They think he ain't going to do that. They misinterpret his ways. If you're a Christian, you misinterpret the Most High's ways. The Most High is the Lord of terrors. He'll cut your ass down with the quickness. You got to be aware of that, and to fear him, man, is to fear his what he can do. Not only what he can do, but fear him because he loves us, man, with love and trembling. He cares for us. We're the elect. We're his children. Just to know that he's all powerful, like he created. He's their creator. And if you don't have that type of fear in you, then it's going to lead to temptations consuming you. And, that you don't want that. But verse 3, her parents also were righteous and taught their daughter according to the law of Moses. This was back when the law of Moses was in effect. The timeline. Now, Joachim was a great rich man and had a fair garden joining unto his house, and to him resorted the Jews because he was more honorable than all others. So she was married to a rich man back then, an Israelite. So he had a garden and stuff. He had some stuff and all that good stuff. And she was faithful. She was loyal and faithful to him. Verse 5. The same year were appointed 2 of the ancients of the people to be judges, such as the Lord spake of that wickedness came from Babylon, from ancient judges who seemed to govern the people. These kept much at Joseph's house, and all that had any suits in the law came unto them. Now when the people departed away at noon, Susanna went into her husband's garden to walk. I remember that garden, remember that. Verse 8, and the 2 elders saw her going in every day and walking, so that their lust was inflamed towards her. So let me go back up to verse 5. The same year were appointed 2 of the ancients of the people to be judges, such as the Lord spake of, that wickedness came from Babylon, from ancient judges who seemed to govern the people. Right? So these were 2 elders. Right? Supposed to be righteous men of the Most High, right? That's why I tell y'all, you gotta have that spiritual discernment. Aquas. You too, you gotta have that spiritual discernment. Not every man that comes to you and say Barakatah Yahweh is the man of the Lord. right? You got Pharisees, you got all these wicked ass niggas out here, man. Um, you know, and you seen who came into the body, and you seen who left out. So hey, if you out there, you single, you searching, choose wisely. Choose wisely, right? We're back at it. Verse 7. Now, let me see. Was I in verse 7? Yeah, let's see verse 7 again. Now when the people departed away at noon, Susanna went into her husband's garden to walk. And two elders saw her going in every day, that garden. They was looking, they was watching her. They was being as predators every day and walking, so that their lust was inflamed towards her. See, lust is a dangerous thing, man. Um, if you succumb to the lust of your own heart, see, the Most High don't tempt you, man. He don't, and he don't, right? It comes from the lust of your own heart. It comes within, you know, and that's what happened to these elders, and they succumbed to it. Let me get y'all a preset. I know I was gonna say in the book, but I'm gonna get y'all a preset. Give me one sec. Yep. So I think that's it. It's a lot about this, y'all. It just hit my spirit. Right. So it's right there. Let me see. Let me see. I can go. I can hit this one too. James 1:14. But every man is tempted when he is drawn away from his own lust, and enticed. The Most High doesn't send that lust towards you, but that temptation, but you it's within you, right? And let me see, you know. So the Most High doesn't tempt you, but you tempted by the own lust that's within you, man. So you gotta continue to check your spirit each day, you know. And that's what these two elders, they got that lust that they was tempted by their own heart, you know. Ain't nobody else to blame but themselves. Let me see if I can get that other one for y'all. I thought it was in here. Yep, there it is. Yeah, it was the verse above it. James 1:13. It says, "Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of the power, for the power cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempted he any man." So it don't tempt you. Well, verse 14, but every man is tempted when he is drawn away from his own lust, right? So that's your own temptation, man. So when you go back to Susanna 1 and 8, and it says, and the two elders saw her going into every day and walking, so that their lust was inflamed towards her. It got inflamed. They let it be consumed in them. See, when you let something grow inside you as a seed, and you let it consume, then you're gonna create actions. So that's why you gotta walk in the spirit and not in the flesh. It's in the scriptures as well, roughly paraphrasing. Verse 9, and they perverted their own mind, and turned away their eyes that they might not look unto heaven nor remember her just judgments. Verse 10, and albeit they both were wounded with her love, yet durst not one shew another his grief, for they were ashamed to declare their lust that they desired to have to do with her. Now see, When you know, see, see, uh, it's not lust to look at a woman and be like, oh, she's beautiful, she's pretty. But when you continuously to be a pervert, like a pervert or something like that, and you know she got a man of the Lord, and you steady looking at her, you lusting, and the Most High is gonna cut your ass down, right? So we can look, we men, shit, we like to see women, right? But when you let that carry it away, and you know she got a man in the Lord, not no 2/3 ass nigga, but you know when she got a man in the Lord, that's where you fucked up at. You know, that's your brother. That's some faggot ass shit. You know. Verse 12. Yet they watch digitally from hold on. Yeah, 12. Yet they watch digitally from day to day to see her. They was obsessed. They let that lust consume them. And the one said to the other, let us now go home, for it is dinner time. So when they were gone out, they parted the one from another, and turning back again, they came to the same place. And after that, they had asked one another the cause. They acknowledged their lust. Then appointed they at a time both together when they might find her alone. See, they was plotting. They was plotting to get her alone. See, that right there, you know, when you let that seed come out you, it creates actions, man. Creates actions. Um Verse 15, and it fell out as they that watch a fit time Salah. And it fell out as they watched a fit time, she went in as before with two maids only. And she was desirous to wash herself in the garden, for it was hot. These perverts was looking at her whole time, and there was nobody there to save the two Salat. There was nobody there save the two elders that had hid themselves and watched her. They hid themselves. Then she said to her maids, bring me oil and washing balls, and shut the garden doors that I may wash me. And they did as she bade them, and shut the garden doors, and went out themselves and privy door themselves and privy doors to fetch the things that she had commanded them. But they saw not the elders, because they were hid. So the maids didn't see them. Now when the maids were gone forth, the two elders rose up and ran unto her, saying, behold, the garden doors are shut, that no man can see us. See, they thought, man, they thought they was alone, but the Most High see you. Crazy. And we are in love with thee. Therefore consent unto us and lie with us. If thou wilt not, we will bear witness against thee that a young man was with thee, and therefore thou dost send away thy maids from thee. See, they had position. They had position, and they abused the Most High. You sick motherfuckers, man. They abuse their power, right? That's why I tell you, Aquas, do not listen. Try every man whether he's of the power or not. Don't let if you with the motherfucker and he seemed like he being wicked, call him on his bullshit. Yeah, we know the scriptures, but if he's a wicked ass man, then he ain't a man of the Lord, and you can leave his ass. They was trying to blackmail her, man. Just wicked shit. Let me see. And it says, if thou would not. Okay. And it says, verse 21, if thou will not we will bear witness against thee that the young man was with thee, and therefore thou didst send away the maids from thee. So shit, they was trying to frame her, man, and say if you don't sleep with us now, we gonna tell a lie, and your ass gonna get judged and get killed for it. Basically, that's what the fuck they was trying to do. Blackmailer, man. They said they was gonna tell a lie that another man was she was trying to sleep with another man, and they got high rank, so they think the people gonna believe them. But the Most High see that what the wicked actions is doing. See, when you a woman of the Lord, the Most High is on your side, so you ain't gotta be afraid to speak up. I don't know who this is for. It's just on my spirit. Hey, verse 22. Then Susanna signed aside and listen up, y'all, and said, "I am straightened on every side," which means she ain't got nowhere to go. It's fucked up. For if I do this thing, it is death unto me. And if I do it not, I cannot escape your hands. Why is it death unto her? Because she gonna get her ass fucking head chopped off. See, they didn't play that shit back in the day, man, and that's what's coming back, man. A righteous rulership, because nowadays women are sleeping with anybody, just anybody, you know, and how do you think that makes the Most High feel? It's wickedness. The world right now they see righteousness for wickedness and wickedness for righteousness. That's the way it is. The world is giving into the hands of the wicked, but it's going to come to an end soon, though. Verse 23. It is better for me to fall into your hands and, let me see. Yeah, it's better for me to fall into your hands and to not do it than to sin in the sights of the Lord. Right? So she's saying, man, it's better for me for y'all to force y'all hand and not to succumb to y'all wickedness than to be sinful in the eyes of the Lord. So she chose the Most High over these wicked ass niggas, right? Even though she could have been fucked up right then and there, even though she can be judged by the council, all that type of shit, but she chose the Lord, right? Verse 24. With Susanna cried with a loud voice, and two elders cried out against her. Then ran the one and opened the garden door. So when the servants of the house heard the cry in the garden, they rushed in the privy door see to see what was done unto her. But when the elders had declared their matter, the servants were greatly ashamed, for there was never a report made of Susanna. So you see what happened, right? And it came to pass the next day when the people were assembled to her husband Joachim, the two elders came also, full of mischievous imaginations against Susanna to put her to death. So they had it in their mind already what to do. They planned it out. So like they saying, you ain't gonna give me none? Well, I'm gonna get your ass put to death. Just wickedness. Verse 29, and said before the people, send for Susanna, the daughter of Chelseas, Joachim's wife. And so they sent. So she came with her father and mother, her children, and all kindreds. Now Susanna was a very delicate woman and beauteous to behold. And these wicked men commanded to uncover her face, for she was covered, that they might be fulfilled with her beauty. Just fucking sick. Therefore, her friends and all that saw her wept. Then the two elders stood up in the midst of the people and laid their hands upon her head, and she is weeping, looking up towards the heaven, for her heart trusted in the Lord. She trusted in the Lord. She didn't give a fuck what these two elders will do unto her. And the elder said, as we walked in the garden alone, this woman came in with two maids and shut the garden doors and sent the maids away. Just lying. Then a young man who there was hid came into her and lay with her. Then we that stood in the corner of the garden, seeing this wickedness, ran unto them. And when we saw them together, the man could not hold, for he was stronger than we, and put and opened the door and leaped out. But having taken this woman, we asked who the young man was, but she would not tell us. These things do we testify. So they just told a whole big ass lie. Then the assembly believed them, as those were the elders and the judges of the people. See, they had high rank. Man, they had high rank and abused that. So they commanded her to death. Then Susanna cried out with a loud voice. Y'all listen up. She cried out to the Father and said, "Oh, everlasting power that knowest the secrets and knowest all things before they be. Thou knowest that they have borne false witness against me. And behold, I must die, whereas I never did such things as these men have maliciously invented against me." She's crying out to the Lord, man. And the Lord heard her voice. He heard her. See, the Most High hears y'all, Aquas. Y'all just need to tell him what's going on. Therefore, when she was led to be put to death, the Lord raised up the Holy Spirit of a young youth. Y'all listening? Whose name was Daniel. So the Most High raised up Daniel, and look what Daniel did. this shit was so cold, man. It was so cold. Look what he did to the elders. Verse 46, who cried with a loud voice, "I am clear from the blood of this woman." Then all the people turned them towards him and said, "What mean these words that thou hast spoken?" So he, standing in the midst of them, said, "Are ye such fools?" He's like, "Are y'all fools, man? Do y'all honestly believe these motherfuckers? Ye sons of Israel's, that without examination of or knowledge of the truth, ye have commanded a daughter of Israel? Come on now. Return again to that place of judgment, for they have borne false witness against her." Wherefore all the people turned again in haste, and the elder said unto them, "Come, sit down amongst us, and shew us, seeing the power have given thee the honor of an elder." See, they don't respect the position of the Most High gave them, man. They was wicked, just like we seen in the body. Tzazik, D-Night, Demon Night, you know? Verse 51. Then said Daniel to them, "Put these two elders aside far from another, and I will examine them." Right? Man, he's cold with it, man. He separated them. Look what Daniel did, though. So when they were put asunder one from another, he called them and said unto them, "O thou art waxen old in wickedness. Now thy sins which thou hast committed aforetime are come to the light." See, the Most High gonna bring out what's ever in the darkness, whatever you trying to hide, man. He doesn't play no games. "For thou hast pronounced false witness judgment against has commanded the innocent, and has let the guilty free by it. The Lord saith, the innocent and the righteous shall thou not slay. Now then, if thou hast seen her, tell me, under what tree sawest thou company together? Who answered under a mastic tree? Now note it. He said mastic tree. See, this is how you catch people in a lie. This is Daniel rendering judgment right here. This is how you do things. You listen up, ox. Right? Verse 55. And Daniel said, "Very well, thou hast lied against thy own head. For even now the angel of the power have received the sentence of the power to cut in two." Right? So he put him aside and commanded to bring the other, and said unto him, "O thou seest of Canaan, and not of Judah, beauty have deceived thee, and lust perverted the heart." Thus said have ye dealt with the daughters of Israel, and they feared company with you, but the daughter of Judah would not abide in wickedness. Now therefore tell me, under what tree, here that tree go again, didst thou take them company together? Who answered, under a home tree. So he lied, right? And then, as said Daniel to him, well, thou heart had also lied against thy own head, for thou angel of the power waiteth with the sword to cut in two, that it may destroy you. With all the assemblies cry out with a loud voice, and to praise the power who saveth that trust him. Anybody, Ak and Aqua, and they arose against the two elders, for Daniel have convicted them also for false witness of their own mouth. And according to the law of Moses, they did unto them in such sort as the malicious intended to do their neighbor, and they put them to death. Thus innocent blood was saved from the day. Therefore Chelcias and his wife praised the power for their daughter Susanna, uh, and Joseph's team, her husband, and all their kindreds, because there was no dishonesty found in her. From the day from forth Daniel had in great repetition in sight of his people. Reputation. So, I had to read get into that for y'all. The Most High don't play no games, man. So Aquas, anything you going through, anything that you might think that is wicked, uh, get in the scriptures, man. Get in the scriptures and judge every man according to that scripture, man. Because right now we in a time of judgment. Yeah, the man is over the woman. We are the head of the woman, but that don't mean you take no bullshit from a wicked ass nigga. We done seen it in the past. What happened to Zeke? Demon Knight, right? And this is also for the men too, to exact proper judgment, man. You see how Daniel chopped their ass up right then and there, and they both admitted, and they both told a lie when they were separate, you know, and it just shows you, man, like a wicked spirit gonna be a wicked spirit. It's nothing new under the sun, man. So, and and the Most High is exposing people, man. Just like in the body, no matter what position you have, you are gonna get tried, and you will get exposed if you wicked. So, just keep this in mind, family. I love y'all, and I pray this was edifying towards the body. Use this and read this book. Get in it yourself. Meditate on it. Aquas and ox. I love y'all, family. And giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Mashiach, Yahweh Shah. All praises due. Until the next video, quickly prepare. I love y'all. Peace.